You're watching Big Island Television. Time for One-on-One.
Aloha and welcome to One-on-One. We have a special treat for you, a festival that brings Tahiti to Hawaii, showcasing traditional dances, music, and drumming. This is Heiva Tahitian Hawaii.
Aloha mai kako, Oana o Maile, and I am with Te Ea o Te Turama. And this past weekend we put on Heiva Tahitian 2026, our Tahitian dance competition. Te Ea o Te Turama is a pathway of enlightenment. Heiva is festival, and so it's there's Heiva all over. You know, there's Heiva in Tahiti and Las Vegas. And we just have it for Hawaii Island pretty much. So we named it Heiva Hawaii. This was our 13th year. You know, we want to perpetuate culture, and we want to perpetuate Tahitian culture. But I think the main reason why I felt like we wanted to do it was so that the kids that are from Hawaii Island who don't get to travel and, you know, get to go to Tahiti or get to go to even Kauai or to California for competitions, this is one venue that they can drive. It doesn't cost their families and their pupu'ori, their groups, a lot of money. So we wanted to make an accessible event for island kids to be able to participate and compete in Tahitian dance. That Tahitian dance it's exciting. A lot of the kids that dance in our group and in other pupu'ori, I noticed they do hula and they do Tahitian. So they kind of balance those two different styles of Polynesian dance. So, and I think Tahitian is maybe a little less protocol and maybe a little more exciting for them. And so, yeah, I do feel that a lot of kids really are drawn to Tahitian dance. In the past, I was always taught by my ra'atira that Tahitian was very much how the hips and the body translate the drum beats. And it was very much about different hip movements and less about the hands. You know, hula is really about the hands. The similarity to me is the eyes. When you watch a dancer, you can see that little bit of an inner glow. You know, you can see that in them, that i'ini, right? So you see that in hula, you see that in Tahitian. There's a style of dance in Tahitian called ahuroa or mehura. And it looks a lot like hula. So sometimes when you see the girls out there, there's a lot of hand movements. And yes, there are differences. You know, there's this sweeping motions. And of course, there's a little, hip movements, rapid hip movements. I think the similarity is with the use of hands. So that is kind of the more modern styles use a lot of hand motions, similar to hula. But yeah, in other respects, totally different. Drum dances are very, aggressive, I think, and can be very upbeat. A lot of it is your foundation, your feet placement, and I always watch feet and knees. So the knees movement back and forth, and that allows that hip rotation. So stamina is a big part of it. You know, we work on stamina and, you know, like 2 minutes can seem like an eternity, but it can get up to like 1:30, up to 2 minutes. So stamina is definitely necessary. There's a lot of musicians who have brought back, revived some of the older styles and maybe you know, kicked it up a notch with instrumentation and the like. So there is a lot of that that's going on, very progressive. Groups like, Teiva and Mevina Liufau, who's from Nonosina, you know, they have taken old songs, revived it. We sold Tahitian CDs because I think it's important for them to have some of the older music. The older music has, you know, that those nuances of Tahiti, and, you know, it's the transport people. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Through our dance and through our gesturing and everything, we're supposed to, these people who come to Hawaiʻi and Kailua Kona, we want to just transport them for a minute as they hold their pasang crew and they just have, you know, they're donning their new Tahitian pearls, that we help to transport them. We make that transportation complete through the music and the dancing. So I think that's important. I've been an entertainer for a really long time. My parents before me were entertainers. And I feel as though, and I pass it on to my kids and my haumana, my students, is that we have a gift. Not everybody has it. But as quickly as you had those gifts, were given those gifts, right? Those talents, the ancestors, the ancestors and the akua can take those away. And I think it's important for us to approach it with humility and for us to be mindful that not everything has a price tag, that some things we want to do and just with the expectation of making people happy and helping them to, the joy comes from seeing a 6-year-old come off the stage, make it to a second round, and stand between two girls who she idolizes like this. And just to have that moment where, you see that to me is priceless. In hula, you gotta know a kaholo. Then you learn kaholo and uehe and hela, and you learn all of those. Well, in Tahitian, you learn tamau, you learn farapu, you learn ami, tumami, you learn all of these things, right? And the second thing is that the importance of pehe. So the importance of knowing the different traditional drum beats. So the message to the drummers is, we're not trying to trick kids. We want you to play the drum beats to offer this 6-year-old to do the best routine or solo that they can do in that moment. We have a panel of judges. For me, they bring an old school. They want to see basics. They want to see your feet down flat. They want to see not only your the technical aspect of the dance, basic skill that is important, but they also want to see someone who loves to dance, someone who loves ori. And then they're looking for strength, power, and stamina. You know, your costuming, your choice of adornments, use of your arms, and all of those things. So there's a lot. There's certain specific things that they have to judge on, and then an area where they can put in like artistic kind of a thing. It makes me super proud to be Hawaiʻi. It makes me super proud to live here and to see people really want to love our culture, and then us to in turn show love for the Tahitian culture. When you watch the dancers dance, they dance about the coconut tree, which binds us all. They dance about voyaging, binds us all. They dance about the ocean, it binds us all. You know, food. We are from different places and we are different, but look at all the things that we have in common. Yeah, so that's a good message.
One on One can be seen at 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on Big Island Television Spectrum Cable Channel 130 and on these 5 free streaming apps. And we welcome your comments and suggestions. You can reach us at admin@bigislandtv.com.